again, back with the same, what I can say. Now the thing is, my dear children, it's been a long time. Actually, I was just thinking, you are sitting at home, you are fully sitting at home, and you're watching this classes. You have got nothing to do. That is what is happening. Even I have got a son actually. The thing is, I also got a son. He doesn't go out anywhere, and full time he is into it. He is studying, he has got his assignment, he is writing, he is doing that, he is doing this full time till 1:30. He is with his online classes. And by the time I go home, he has got to say, I used to ask till what time the class was. He used to till today the class was till 1:30 or till 12:30 or 1:45. So, my dear children, now what I was asking, I was trying to ask him, how did you while away the time? After that, what you did? So, he used to say, I was watching TV, or I was I was just into the mobile or something. So, this is all. Means, I am talking of a son who is in second year degree. Now, your case is totally different. You are at home, you are watching YouTube, you are having classes, you are writing, no other entertainment. So, my dear children, very soon, I think we all will be meeting again. Very soon. Let us pray for the best. Very soon, we will all be back to the school and we will be enjoying. This is what is going to happen, because that is where things are going. Let us all pray for the best, and hopefully, we all will be meeting together with the same spirit and same energy. So, children, I am back here with the second lesson. So, first lessons, questions, previous year's questions through voice message I will be sending. I am into the second lesson. Second lesson, in search of the source of wind. Kaatinte uravidam thedi. In search of the source of wind. Now, in this, the first concept that we are going to study is atmospheric pressure. What is this atmospheric pressure? We all feel that air has got no weight. That's not the truth. That's not the truth at all. Air has weight. Now, this weight of the air that it is exerting on the surface of the earth is called as atmospheric pressure. So, what is atmospheric pressure? Hope it is clear. What is atmospheric pressure? The weight of the atmospheric air on the surface of the earth is called as atmospheric pressure. Now, how do we measure it? So, temperature, how do we measure? By using thermometer. Same way, in order to measure this weight of air, atmospheric pressure, we use an instrument called as mercury barometer. We use an instrument called as mercury barometer. Now, there is a unit of measurement for temperature, degree Celsius, Fahrenheit we say. Same way here, the unit of measurement is hectopascal. The unit of measurement is hectopascal, HPA, or millibar. It is measured in the form of, the unit of measurement is measured in the form of hectopascal or millibar, HPA or M. Now, the level of mercury at normal temperature, that is, the level of mercury in the normal atmospheric pressure will be 76 centimeter. Normal atmospheric pressure, the mercury will be at 76 centimeter. And at that point, our point here, the point here, 76 centimeter. At that point, the atmospheric pressure will be 1013.2 hectopascal or 1013.2 millibar. So what is this? At the level of mercury at normal atmospheric atmospheric pressure. മെർക്യൂറിയുടെ ലെവൽ 76 സെന്റിമീറ്ററിലായിരിക്കും. ആൻഡ് അറ്റ് ദാറ്റ് പോയിന്റ്, ആ പോയിന്റിൽ atmospheric pressure will be 1013.2 hectopascal HPA or 1013.2 millibar. The weight of the air that is the Earth's surface is called as atmospheric pressure. There are two types of pressure. One is high pressure and the other one is low pressure. Now let us study what is high pressure and what is low pressure. So generally in the class every year when my children are there in the class, I used to tell high pressure means what? Avaru parayum BP koodunadana teacher, high pressure. This year also I think when I say high pressure, immediately നിങ്ങൾ വീട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് ഇങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കും ചിന്തിക്കുക, ഹൈ പ്രഷർ, BP കൂടുന്നതല്ലേ ഹൈ പ്രഷർ. So let me explain, my dear children, don't get confused. High pressure, there are two types of pressure. One is high pressure and the second one is low pressure. Let us see what is high pressure. If the weight of the air of an area is more than that of the surrounding, it is called as high pressure. That is, if the weight of the air of an area is more than that of the surrounding, it is called as high pressure. Is that okay, my dear children? Is that clear? So what is high pressure? Yes, make it clear once again. You are right. If the weight of the air is in an area or of an area, if the weight of the air in an area is more than that of the surrounding, that is high pressure. You know, if I am in the class, what I used to do? I used to call roll number. I never called by name. Roll number 2. So whoever is roll number 2 right now, 10A, 10B, 10C, 10D, 10E, maybe you don't know your roll number. Maybe surely it is with A only. So Aishwarya or anybody, Aishwarya Lakshmi or anyone, you can understand. Now teacher is asking question to you only. So what is high pressure? If the weight of the air is more than that of the surrounding, it is high pressure. So then what is low pressure? Yes, very correct. It is 100% correct. It is if the weight of the air is less than that of the surrounding, it is called as low pressure. So what is high pressure and what is low pressure? It is clear. Now let us see what are the factors influencing atmospheric pressure. What are the factors influencing atmospheric pressure? This changes in atmospheric pressure leads to the changes in wind also. That is the main highlight. That is, the changes in atmospheric pressure leads to changes in wind. So let us see what are the factors influencing atmospheric pressure. There are 3 factors influencing atmospheric pressure. Very important from the point of examination. You have to know this. There are 3 factors influencing atmospheric pressure. Number 1, altitude. Altitude means height. Number 2, temperature. And number 3, humidity. So there are 3 factors which influence atmospheric pressure. First one is altitude. Altitude, if it is more or less, high pressure or low pressure. Temperature, more or less what pressure it can be. Humidity, more or less what pressure it can be. So there are 3 factors which influence atmospheric pressure: altitude, temperature, humidity. So these 3, altitude, temperature and humidity, is said to be inversely proportional. These 3 factors are said to be inversely proportional. Why do we say it as inversely proportional? I am sure you will not know the answer. I am here to tell you. These 3 factors are said to be inversely proportional because if these 3 increases, that is if altitude increases or if temperature increases or if humidity increases, the pressure will be less. Is that okay? That is, if altitude increases or if temperature increases, for example, if altitude increases, pressure will be low. If temperature increases, pressure will be low. If humidity increases, pressure will be low. Same vice versa. If altitude decreases, pressure will be high. If temperature decreases, pressure will be high. And if humidity decreases, pressure will be high. That is why it is called as inversely proportional. The first factor is altitude. Altitude and atmospheric pressure are inversely proportional. Now, when I say altitude and atmospheric pressure are inversely proportional, means as you go higher and higher and higher, the pressure decreases. What is the reason behind it? That is, when you go to a higher place, the oxygen, that means the air becomes thinner and thinner. That is why mountaineers, when they go on, when they are climbing in a higher places, they carry oxygen cylinders with them. What is the reason for the mountaineers to carry oxygen cylinder, children? The reason is very simple, because they run short of oxygen. That means the air becomes thinner in higher altitudes. So what the thing is, the saying is like this: at a height of 10 meters, that means for every 10 meters of altitude, pressure decreases by 1 millibar. This is what is the concept. That means for every 10 meters of altitude, pressure decreases by 1 millibar. That is why when we go to places like Ooty, Brahmagiri, Kodaikanal, those places, we feel clogging of ears, breathing difficulty. What is the reason behind it? Clogging of ears means chevi adappa. What is the reason behind it? The reason is very clear. That is because here in higher areas, the low pressure is felt. That is, there is shortage of air. The air becomes thinner. In textbook, they have used a word there, rarefication of air. That means the air becomes thinner. The second concept is temperature. When the air gets heated, already 9th you have studied conduction, convection, advection. When the air gets heated, what happens? When the air gets heated, it expands. When the air gets heated, it expands. When it expands, it becomes less denser. That means when the air expands, density becomes less. So naturally what will happen? It rises up. Finally what is the thing? When it rises up, low pressure is felt. Density becomes less, it is less denser, so low pressure is felt. So when temperature is high, what happens? When the air gets heated, it expands, and when it expands, it becomes less denser, so it rises up, low pressure is felt. On the same way, at a higher altitude, what will happen? It cools, it spreads, it cools, so density becomes more. Naturally, it starts descending and high pressure is felt. So again question can be asked. In equatorial region, that means equatorial region means where the sun's rays fall directly, what pressure will be felt? No doubt about it, it is low pressure will be felt. And in polar regions, what pressure will be felt? No doubt, it is high pressure. Then we have the third concept, humidity. Again, humidity and atmospheric pressure are inversely proportional. What is humidity? This also you have studied. The amount of water vapor in the atmosphere is called as humidity. Now, the water vapor, that is water vapor is lighter than air. It is said like this, that is water vapor is lighter than air. So what will happen? It will be rising up. And the amount of water vapor, if the amount of water vapor is more than the volume of air, understand this, if the amount of water vapor is more than the volume of air, it will lead to low pressure. Got it? That is, water vapor is lighter than air, and if the amount of water vapor is more than the volume of air, then low pressure is felt. So, altitude, height കൂടുന്തോറും low pressure, താഴെയാണെങ്കിൽ high pressure. Temperature കൂടുമ്പോൾ low pressure, കുറഞ്ഞ സ്ഥലത്ത് high pressure. Humidity, so places near to the sea, what will be there? Low pressure will be felt because water content will be there. And places far away from the sea, it will be high pressure. So, hope it's clear, my dear children. So, I think you would have understood now what is, how it is inversely proportional. Very clear concept. Where the temperature is very high, that is sometimes all of us are in your textbook, few questions are there. Equatorial region, why low pressure? So equatorial region, temperature will be very high, so naturally low pressure will be felt. Whereas in the polar region, high pressure because it is less temperature. Same way, two places will be given, one at a higher altitude and down. So higher altitude, naturally it will be high pressure, low pressure, sorry. So why do mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders? Because it is because of low pressure. Again there is a question, why as you go to higher hilly areas, that is Ooty, Kodaikanal, those places, why? What is the reason that your ears get clogged? Clogging of ears, I already said, chevi adappa. What is the reason? Simple, it is because of low pressure, because there is shortage of air. Now one more concept I would like to say, isobar. Isobars. Would have studied in your lower classes. Maybe if I ask you that no teacher, we don't remember teacher, you will say that is okay, no problem. I am there to help you. What are this? What do you mean by isobar? Isobars are imaginary lines connecting places having the same atmospheric pressure. In 9th standard, you have studied one more term, that is isotherm. Isotherm ne kurichu 9th il padichittundu. What is 9th also? I have only taken geography. So you don't tell teacher, no teacher, we have not studied. I only taught isotherm. So what is in 9th you have studied isotherm, imaginary lines connecting places having equal atmospheric temperature. What are isobars? Isobars are imaginary lines connecting places having equal atmospheric pressure. Okay, is that clear? So I think it's time for me to stop, because if I keep on explaining, you will feel, what is this teacher? Even when I'm in the class, I usually don't take for all 40 minutes. That you know very well. My 9th standard children, you'll be knowing it very well. So you may feel, teacher, Mati teacher, Dahikino teacher, Shuna Venu teacher. I think it's time for me to stop. So children, enjoy, and surely you will be there with me after a few more days. We will enjoy, we will rock, and we will have a nice day. Only thing is, keep positive energy always. So children, see you in the next class. Until then,